Is a typical German home any different from a typical American home? Well, let's go and find out. One of the things you'll notice is that most German homes are built from brick or concrete blocks versus wood. That also makes them last a lot longer, makes them a little bit more expensive, but also insulates them better, both with heating and with sound. Let's step inside and see what it looks like on the inside. Even just getting into the front door is a little bit different because you will not find a movable doorknob, but a lock and a handle. So you're going to need a key to get inside. Otherwise, you'll have to ring the doorbell. Let's do that. Most Germans, about 1/3 of Germans, only own a single family or live in a single family residence. Everybody else lives in multi-unit buildings that have maybe up to 10 units or maybe even more, depending on where you are in bigger cities or in more rural areas. But most people in Germany actually still rent versus own. Oftentimes you come in the hallway and then there is a half bath right off the hallway. And what's interesting about German sinks is that most of them don't actually have an under cabinet sink. It's just the sink, and you'll look at the pipes. I'm not quite sure if this is more of a architecture feature or something that Germans do, but it stays in the home, so I'm going to cover it in this video. And that is removable shower heads. The idea that you have a fixed shower head that comes out at a given height, and if you're really tall, you have to bend in your knees to wash your hair, or if it's really high up and you're a rather short person and you have to kind of find where the water comes out, seems a little bit foreign to Germans. And I have to say that I love shower heads because you can also take it off and move the water on your body wherever you need it. And it also makes cleaning your shower, or if you're showering in your bathtub, a lot easier. I'm not sure if this is a little bit TMI, but a lot of especially newer German toilets don't drain into the floor. They actually drain into the wall. And what I love about it is that you can wipe underneath and there's no weirdness going on around it. You can just, it's very clean and actually very sanitary. Also, windows can be very different. Obviously, this window has just been put in, but it's very typical, and you can see how they need to finish the wallpaper here. But the first thing is, and this is a little hard to show, I'll show you another window, but first of all, you can lock it, which on the second floor, I don't know if that's that necessary. However, this came with locks. But you can set it to this setting and then you can open the window. They open inside. They don't open to the outside. They open to the inside. And then the next thing, and this is something that trips up a lot of Americans, is that you have another setting here and you can crack the window. I've known Americans who think like, wow, the window is coming towards me. But no, it is this, and it's actually really practical because you can still use the windowsill underneath and it just cracks it and lets just in a little bit of fresh air. And the other thing is the rolling shutters, which I absolutely love. And there's another setting. So the advantage of the rolling shutters is, first of all, you can darken the room. You can darken it somewhat so that a little bit of light shines in. And if you let them roll all the way down, then it's completely pitch black dark in the room. Great for kids and great if you want your room really dark. You don't need darkening or light blocking curtains. The other thing is it insulates against the heat, or in the winter, the cold. As you can tell, we're here in the winter and there's a lot of snow outside, and also the sound. So it's a lot quieter because it's another layer. Most German windows are now mandatory to double pane glass windows, but it also keeps the sound out. So that's the windows. And as we're stepping into people's bedrooms, there is another thing that's very different, and that is that most German homes don't have any walk-in closets. So where do they keep their clothes? They keep them in big wardrobes. If you, for example, go to IKEA, you will see that because IKEA sells to the European market, and it's a Swedish company, so they know what Germans need or what Europeans need, and you actually keep all your clothes in these big wardrobes. If you move, you have to move with all your big wardrobes. I am here in a plant-loving home. Plants in every windowsill, but hey, it's super green. Another thing that is typical for German homes is radiators. And people don't have, 150 years ago, they used to have stoves in the corner, or what do you call them? Heaters, coal, wood activated burning heaters. But these days, pretty much everybody has radiators, and they sit underneath the window. And why? Because, as you may know from high school or whenever, warm heat rises up. And if you have in the winter the warm heat rising up in front of the window where the cold air is coming in, then you're creating a circulation inside the room, and it actually moves the warm air into the room versus the cold air sitting there and maybe even leaking to the outside. So that's the radiators. They most often have a thermostat, and you can set it to a comfort setting. And obviously there's newer homes with Wi-Fi controlled and so for heaters, but most Germans still have a little thermostat, a little dial that they move, and then they adjust the temperature. Something that I'm super envious about, and I'm gonna move down here while I'm talking to you guys, is being able to walk into the basement. And the basement is often a dugout area right underneath the house. Sometimes it's a partial basement, but it is underneath the house. It is concrete, so it has a concrete foundation and concrete walls. It needs to be watertight because obviously the water would flow into the walls, and if it's not built super watertight, it would move into the basement. But there are different rooms in the basements, and I'm going to take you there now. It is slightly damp, I want to say, but it's also cool, and it is a storage that I'm so envious about. I would love particularly this one, this food storage where you can store your drinks, you can go shopping and buy a ton of stuff, because Germans tend to have smaller refrigerators, but they can store a lot of their food in this particular room in the basement, and you can just keep it forever. You can store potatoes here, roots in the winter, and even in the summer it stays really nice and cool down here because, as we know, warm heat rises up to the top of the house, so the basement is always really cool. And did I say that I'm really envious? I'm really envious of anybody who has a basement. Typically, it has what we call Waschkeller, where you do your laundry, and it's really far away from everything. You can hang the laundry down here. Obviously, it would take a little longer, but if it's combined, and there is actually a dryer or washer going behind me, so if you're wondering about the noise, that is what that is. But you can often have your laundry machine in your heating room where you have your furnace, and the furnace emits heat. So that is where the laundry actually dries a little faster. But this is where the laundry happens. In this particular home, the heating room is a separate room from the laundry room. Oftentimes it's combined. There is a heat pump behind me, which is a fairly new technology, and it's very efficient, but I can tell that in this room it's already quite a bit warmer than in the other rooms, and that's why a lot of people combine the heating room and the laundry room in one to be able to dry their laundry. And you can tell that there is heat coming out because there is a little register to let warm air come out of this room. Another thing that you won't find in typical German homes is air conditioning. Traditionally, it hasn't been very hot here, and if it gets hot, it usually cools down pretty quickly. But nowadays, we have had really hot, humid days here in Germany, and then Germans just open the windows, create a draft, cool off otherwise, hide in their basement, who knows? But yeah, they don't have air conditioning traditionally. And while some homes are older, for example, my mom's building was built in the late 1800s, 1890s something rather. This is a much more modern home, but German homes tend to be much more simplistic versus American homes, and the decor is often a little bit more modern, a little bit more simple. It's a lot more practical and not quite so decorated and ornated. And I'm not talking about nobody does that, but I'm talking about in general, typical. If you were to say the stereotypical German home looks like this, and this is what it is. I am going to make another video about how Germans really live and what is different in German homes, the way they decorate it and they use their furniture, and that is not so much about the architecture or the building itself. If you have any questions or things that you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments below, because I'd be happy to show you in a German home, because I always love sharing German culture and traditions with you guys. Let me know if you have any other questions. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.